most handsome men in SVG, and he is upset this morning. Let me see it. Is it good? Is it good? Is it good? Let me hear.
My dear princess.
Oh, the Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Honorable Ralph E. GONSALVES, has joined the wake-up call today, Friday. Welcome and good morning.
Good morning to you, my dear princess, and good morning to listeners at home and abroad of Extreme FM.
Mm-hmm.
And the Alex we are greeting was Alex as in my brother Kubi?
No,
Okay.
I said Alex. No,
Well, I'm sending greetings to my brother Kubi.
you're sending greetings.
Yeah.
There's normally a fee for on-air greetings.
Yeah.
No, it's a different one. This is a different Alex.
Well, that
Yeah.
my partner Kubi.
No, it's not. Yeah, this one
You'll
says.
know why.
Rotting
You'll know
Hospital.
why I sent greetings to him this morning.
I don't know why. But you would know, right? I think
Absolutely.
probably the two of you would know
Yes.
what's going on
Well,
there.
I thought the person who would say that, who would feel a little upset that he didn't make the list, would be Kubi, because he's such a handsome fella.
Oh,
And-
so you mean?
Yeah.
Oh.
And no, if you had me on that list, it would have been an oxymoron. All harmless fun.
No comment there. No comment there. I'm gonna excuse myself from that.
Absolutely.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy belated birthday. It's been quite a while since we were in the same space together. How has it been since elections of 2020?
Oh,
Yeah, that's a heavy question, huh?
a lot of challenges. But I'm holding up and thriving. I'm pretty okay. I need to lose some weight, but I'm strong and fit. Go about my business, long hours work, concentration, doing good things. So it's okay, and the Lord has been good to me, and I have a good support systems, and continue to enjoy the love of people who are close to me, and the overwhelming majority of the people in the country. Of course, I have my haters.
The love of the overwhelming majority
Yes,
of
yes.
the people. Some people are upset with you, Prime Minister. How do you manage all of that? They are upset with you for a ton of the reasons: COVID-19, volcanic eruption, gas.
You mean I brought them on?
I don't know what happens, but Vincentians are mad at you for vaccine mandates, the potholes in the road, the airport, a ton load of reasons. How do you deal with Vincentians being so upset? Do you think that you've lost popularity here?
No. They're a minority of persons would want to make perfection the enemy of the good. I can't stop you doing that. You can make perfection the enemy of the good if you want. But what I could tell you, you ain't going to find perfection until you go to Beulah land, the other side of eternity. And some want to take their own frustrations, which I have no responsibility for, out on me. You know, if you go down the road and you stump your toe, it's Ralph's fault. If you're that way inclined, and if you think for some reason completely bizarre that I teeth your white fowl, you metaphorically, that you may be vexed with me, or if I'm a stumbling block to you getting into power, you probably wouldn't like me. And if you're a hanger-on and you want to move from the status of an internet crazy to your excellency, you're gonna be vexed with me. And if I'm blocking you now for 21 years and you have 4 more years to watch it, boy, I tell you, for some people, for them, it's like a jail sentence, but it's a jail sentence only in their own mind. No, the COVID, we have handled COVID quite well. We have handled the volcanic eruption quite well, and we can go into any details there. I don't know the one about the airport. That is what you mean, because the roof
I don't know why they're upset.
Because the roof has a leak.
Maybe the leak and the garbage bin that has to collect water, they're upset with the management. I'm not sure.
The there was a thing called volcanic eruption,
Right, right.
and there's a thing called wear and tear on a roof. That was built, though it was opened in 2017. The roof had been completed for a couple of years before that. What they should look at is that inside of the budget, we have $5 million to do some work on the runway, some repair work on the runway, and to do some repair work on the building itself, on the roof, for maintenance now. So I don't know how you could be vexed with me about that. If you stump you to, you're vexed with the comrade.
Unless, of course, they feel that you put the stone there for them.
That I put the...
Sorry, I really shouldn't use that. Some block.
Those are the same persons who told me I mustn't build the airport. I'm a crazy man. It will never happen.
And now they're using it.
Yeah, they're using it
All right.
magnificently, and I have I had said to individuals then, I said, within 3 years, you're going to have flights directly. You're going to have them to Miami, to New York, to Toronto, and to London. Well, the London one came a little later because of COVID.
Okay.
But they're all there.
Okay.
And expand. Remember the query? Who come in? I said, build it and they will come.
Yeah, that's a very common phrase.
And I said, that is what is going to add to the hotel rooms. I say, you have a chicken and egg situation. You have to do this. You have to build it. That's why you're seeing all the investments are taking place in the hotel sector. For instance, Sandals is about the contractors start to mobilize. They're going to finish a hotel with 350 rooms.
Okay.
Beaches, operational, target date middle of 2023. They wanted to start a little earlier, but again, COVID humbled some of the technical people in doing the assessments. You know how that is.
Yeah, a little setback. Can I
Yeah.
ask you about Black Sands? And what's the truth about Black Sands?
The point about it is this. You mentioned the word setback. At the heart of Ralph, always turn setbacks into advances. Turn setbacks into advances. And that's the story of my life. That's the story of our people. That's the story since the social democratic revolutions, the early historians in the 1930s with the anti-colonial uprisings and all what has taken place subsequently. If you notice, colonialism built 2 schools in 200 years, one for boys and one for girls. In 10 years, the Commonwealth opened 9. Now, if I were around for 200 years, the whole place would have got more school and people to go in. So I'm using hyperbole there, given the amazing success of the education revolution.
Understood.
In relation to Black Sand, Black Sand is affected certainly by the COVID, but also by not proper management of the construction works, in my view. But I request...
When you say not proper management, as in money management or people management?
I believe a lot has to do with the people management, with the management of the construction process itself. But I'd requested and received a report from the investors, from PACE International.
Isn't PACE just one person?
No, PACE is not one person.
Okay.
But they have a principal person, Mr.
I thought the
Romano.
directorship was just one
Mr.
person.
Romano, and they've invested a lot of money already, so they have to. It's in their interest to complete, and they give me a schedule for completing certainly what they consider to be a first phase with the cabanas. I think it's 3, 4, 5 bedroom apartments they have there. The villas, about 10 of them, and then a hotel of about 200 rooms. They give a schedule as to how they're going to proceed.
Okay, so if they do not meet that deadline, that phase 1 deadline, what is in place for the government to do with that?
Well, the government, the property, as all of these properties, when you get an alien landholding license because you're non-national, there are certain conditions which you have to fulfill within a particular period of time. If not, the government, under the 1922 Alien Landholding Act, can go to the court and seek quote-unquote forfeiture. Of course, that's in a sense the nuclear option. So you work with investors to make sure that they finish what they started, but you have deadlines.
Okay. Because it's been a minute. It's been a minute, and all we're
Absolutely.
saying on the whitewash. And
you're quite right to raise it, and
it doesn't look good.
And you have raised it. You have raised it in gentle language. I've raised it in robust language.
Okay, you could do the robust. I will do the gentle.
That's all right, my princess.
All right.
You know.
Okay.
So that is. But you mentioned something about water. What water are you talking about?
Water, I'm not sure.
I thought you said somebody complained about water.
No.
Oh.
I complain about fuel. Fuel has gone up like 1 million times in 2021.
But you don't talk about the million times when the formula which we use that it has come down.
No.
You don't
Because
talk.
if it
I understand.
Money,
but
right?
I don't control the international price. I have, persons are going to see not too long from now a slight reduction. Currently,
Sorry, no, hold on. Don't say that so small. Don't just run over that.
Well,
so
I had
quickly,
to say it
Pierre.
because we don't.
You say it so soft.
I can't tell you. You see, what the problem is this: if as a consequence of the rolling 3-month average for the particular month, that you have to do an increase or a decrease, a decision is made, then the Attorney General puts it in legal form. It has to go to the printry. It has to be published officially in the Gazette with a particular starting time. I don't want to tell you when, so that people say, well, I'm going to wait over the weekend before I go and buy gas because it's Monday, rather bringing it down a little bit or whatever. You understand? I mean, listen, there's a...
Park up the car, people. Park it up.
No, but for instance...
I just wanted you to repeat. You said slight reduction, right? Okay,
yeah.
good.
But
we have that understanding that it's coming at some point.
For instance, a memo will come to me. Memo will come heading changes in the price of petroleum products, and they'll outline what is happening: gasoline, diesel, low sulfur diesel. Sometimes they have kerosene, but this one has gasoline, diesel, low sulfur. And then they say what is the wholesale price, what is the current price, what is the suggested price, what is the change, and what's the retail price. And then the memo would also have for me what is the average Brent spot price, the US dollars per barrel, and then it would denote in EC dollars how much is an imperial gallon, the mean of Caribbean posting, that is the average of the Caribbean postings for fuel, for the various fuel types for the rolling 3 months. Then you add freight and insurance. There's zero import duty, you have excise tax, custom service charge, the company's margin, and then you have the required wholesale price, the current wholesale price, the difference, then you have the retailer's margin, and then you have what is the price which we're going to have. So that there's a build out. What people don't understand is this. And this rolling 3-month average is what we put the price that we agreed as to how we will do this. Up to 2005, You know what? How petroleum used to be priced in this country?
You'd have to share that with us.
90% of kerosene. 90% of kerosene. So you were pricing something which connected to propane and butane. So I just simply said, well, let us. Sorry, that was the LPG. Sorry, but in relation to the gasoline, they price it in a way which was not connected to the actual price of the commodity. They had a different price mechanism, and say, let us get what is the mean of Caribbean postings, and let us do the workout every item like how it goes here, and then we come down to a particular price, so that when it goes up, we suffer.
Who's we?
I'm talking about when the price goes up. We, who are the consumers.
Oh, the
we have to pay
consumers,
more.
not the government.
No.
Okay, consumers.
Yeah, the consumers. You pay more, but when the price comes down, you get the benefit of it. But you never used to have that. You never used to get the price going up, but you never get the benefit. But the rolling 3 months is a very transparent way. And I presented this approach to the Monetary Council in St. Kitts at a meeting of the Monetary Council. And they accepted that this is the way in which we should do, and bit by bit other countries adopted it, so that it's open, transparent. The price not too long ago, must have been over a year ago, it was below $10 a year and a half ago. You remember that?
He's a big driver, so he could tell
nine
you.
something.
You know.
There are people who said to me, well, Ralph, why you don't subsidize it? If I subsidize it, I am subsidizing people who own vehicles, and that is something, that's an anti-poor policy, because there's an extreme example. If a fella has a girlfriend, if a Mespo, he has a girlfriend in Fancy, he got a SUV, he got one down in Chateaubriand, he's driving between both of them.
It doesn't sound like an example to me. Go ahead.
I must subsidize that. I tell you, I'm going to give you an extreme example.
Yes.
In 2008. No. But if you subsidize it, you have to get it from. It's a bad idea to subsidize fuel.
Why?
Because it's a scarce commodity, and you have to use it sensibly. And the best mechanism you have is a pricing mechanism. So you do it in accordance with the forces of the market, up and down, and you get the benefit. Let me just finish here. In 2008, when the price went on the international market to $147.50 US a barrel, and the price went $16 and climbing, I then instituted a controlled subsidy for minibus operators. And it was done for diesel and gasoline, but 90% of the minibuses do use diesel, which generally speaking is cheaper. For instance, currently, the price of diesel is $12.59 a gallon, and the price of gasoline is $14.72. And when the diesel price is going sky high, I did, my dear princess, a subsidy, and it was a time-bound subsidy, so that the working people who take in the bus wouldn't have to get an increase, wouldn't have to subject themselves to an increase in the price. So you can do a targeted subsidy like that, but a general subsidy is problematic. If I want to help the poor, what I do, I'll give the the poor, the indigent. I'll carry the money from 275 to $275 a month to $300, which I've done. Because I move it from the time I came in stages. It was $50, you know. So
Well, it had to go up inevitably because cost of living goes up.
yeah. But if you discount the $300 by 40% for accumulated inflation, approximately for the last 21 years, you will see there's still a significant increase.
40%.
You're talking to a man who studied the numbers, you know. So don't think you could corner me, you know. You know, the man them who you, the man them whom the people pay to try to corner the comrade in parliament.
Who
They can't.
Who
They
can
can't do
pay?
that. No, the people in parliament, no, the opposition, no. Who they pay to try and corner the comrade and can't corner the comrade.
You know.
You think extreme going corner I?
Okay, well, we'll see about that. We're not finished yet, you know. We're not finished yet. But
I know
I
we
was
are
going
finished.
to say that.
And if you corner me, I'm going to say, you'll corner me.
Okay, I was just going to say that it is a bit unfair for you to use an extreme example when there are operators out there people who need the fuel, who have to use the fuel, small businesses who might be struggling, right? Van drivers, taxi operators who are feeling a little pinch, especially now during COVID-19.
Yes.
And by the way, the van drivers are asking for their $500.
But yes, listen to
I'm just
me.
saying,
Listen.
but hold on, let me finish the thing here, right? But I'm just saying that it's a bit unfair to say that and disregard the other people who will benefit. What is the percentage of those
Okay.
who are traveling
Okay.
between the
Let me ask
extreme
you.
parts of the island to
Let
go
me ask
for a
you,
woman?
where the money comes from? The money comes
An account.
which account? From a fairy godmother?
No.
It
You will
comes
have
from-
to say which account
comes
it's
from-
coming
It comes
from.
from taxes. It comes from taxes.
Thank God we didn't have any more.
No. It comes from taxes. And Crystal, if it comes from taxes, there's one pot. If I give subsidy for fuel, it means I have less money to spend on education, on health, on the poor, social safety net, on housing. I have COVID. I have the volcano. Come on. It's an issue as to how you address efficaciously what is before you. And anywhere at all, any economist, any person who thinks about this will tell you that subsidizing fuel is a bad idea. You deal with the matter in terms of the market forces. That's what you do. Simple. And what we make sure, there's some people would say, well, what you should do is do it on every shipment. When it rises, you put it up. When it falls, you put it down. Well, that would be too much like a yo-yo, because
I prefer a yo-yo than a steady incline.
No. A yo-yo means, and in this particular case, when it's going, the yo-yo basically going up and up, not really
But
coming
that's not
down.
a yo-yo.
Yeah. Well, you can go higher and a little lower than
yo-yo
higher.
is
and so on.
oscillating, right? It's a wave.
But the point is, what you do when you have a 3-month rolling average, you iron out temporary variations, episodic variations, and over the long haul, the average 3-month comes out the fairest. And we have studied this thing, and as I tell you, we put this to the Monetary Council because fuel was and the matter came to a head with the massive increase in after July 2008, and they accepted. They said, "Boy, this is why you didn't think about this before." But what I talking earlier, I was talking also about. We're talking about these, but cooking gas. Cooking gas used to be priced at 90% of kerosene. When cooking gas is butane and propane. I had nothing to do with kerosene. So what we did in that case, we find, just like how you have Brent crude, and then you have the mean of Caribbean postings. The problem, I'll come to the mean of Caribbean postings just now.
Well, we have 3 minutes before we take the first vote.
All right.
Right.
At a place called Mont Bellevue, you can use the price for cooking gas, for LPG, and liquefied petroleum gas. And then you You use that and you build out the price the same way like how we build it out with this. And having built it out like that, you then similarly deal with the cooking gas. And the same thing we do with cooking gas, we do with gasoline. We have a base price. Now, the only problem is this. When we start with the mean of Caribbean posting, you had more than one entity in that mean. Like, for instance, Shell West. But Shell West is no longer there. So the mean of Caribbean posting is theoretically, well, practically too, one entity. So this is how, but you also look as to what comes from the Brent spot price, the average spot price. And you build it out, as I say, with all the ingredients. The price itself, freight and insurance, excise tax, custom service charge, the company's margin, then you have retailer's margin. And that is how.
Does the retailer's margin change with the price of fuel, or is it like a constant margin?
No, the retailer's margin is a.
It's not fixed.
No, it's a small percentage of the.
It's a percentage. It's
Yes.
not dollar value.
But if you
Okay.
the part of the problem in St. Vincent and Grenadines, the way the distribution has turned out, not so much for gasoline, but for LPG, you have too many intermediaries. Yeah, you see what I mean?
Okay, so it's 9 minutes after 8 o'clock, right? I'm not sure if you could answer this question here in a minute, but coming in from a listener, Van Drive is asking, when can he collect his $500? You have a minute to answer that.
Well, the point about it is this: we had paid. I feel pretty sure that we had paid all we said that we were going to pay.
Oh, I'm not sure what he's saying.
I feel pretty
right
sure
now.
that we had paid all that we said we were going
So
to
do you
pay.
think that you can double check to make sure? I'm pretty
Yes.
sure isn't 100% sure.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
I could
Just to ease their mind this weekend, you know?
But the minibus
Yeah.
operators know
Uh,
that, and every category of persons know in St. Vincent and Grenadines, if it's one man who over all the years is reasonable in addressing every single question, is Ralph.
okay. All right.
And I analyze and I don't rationalize.
All right. Okay. We're going to take a break there. We're going to end the live. Thank you so much for joining us. But we will be back from about 8:30, 8:25-ish. All right. So about 50 minutes. So give us some time. We see a lot of questions coming in there on the WhatsApp, 4301043, and also on Facebook. We'll try to get out as many as possible during the second set. All right.